And we're back with round 3 of Smash or Pass. This is for Modern Diecast Collection. We are making our way through the premium sets. Today we're going to be looking at car culture. Again, if you caught the last video on the boulevards, we don't have as much car culture as we used to around here. Because honestly, last year I went through and got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. So have a few full sets to look at today, and a few stragglers, and also a couple of guest appearances. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Smash or pass. If it's something that I want to keep, we're calling it smash. If it's something that I am going to sell or otherwise get rid of, not keep in the collection, we're going to call it a pass. Here we go. First, we have a whole set of the hyper haulers here. I think this came out either right before or right about the time I started collecting again. And I'm pretty sure I didn't find this in the store. I may have ended up finding one or two of them, like at a parts store or something. But I believe I had to order these. So somehow last year these made the cut. And as I'm looking at them now, honestly, I don't really know why. Not that there's anything wrong with the castings, but 99 Ford F-150 SVT Lightning, probably the highlight of this set. At least it is for me. Really nice looking color here. Wheels are okay. I believe these are the same wheels that they use on the Porsches a lot of times, or at least that they have a couple of the 911s last year. But overall, really a solid casting. Lightning is, fairly popular. It's not something that's too overdone, I think. Obviously, people are going to be most familiar with this casting in the premium lines for the ones they've done for the Fast and the Furious. But I like this one. I think this one does look a little bit better, although I'd probably prefer a little bit different rim on it. As much as I like this, I don't think I'm going to do anything with it, so we're going to go ahead and call this one a pass. Baja Bouncer, 2 out of 5 from the Hyper Haulers. And we're leaving that in. We're not editing anything out today. This is just going to be one run. I like this truck. We had another one, I think, in the Boulevards, and it stuck around my Walmart forever. I think they finally just got rid of the last one within like the past month or two. Pretty cool casting. Obviously, it's not licensed, but I think the one in the Boulevards had like Hot Wheels deco on it. This one has Lucas Oil, which is pretty cool in and of itself. Like this as part of the set. As a standalone, I don't see myself doing anything with it. I either already have one of these open or one from the Boulevard set anyway, so I don't really see another reason to let it hang around. I'm going to put this aside for a second because we're going to talk about it again here in a minute, but for now, I'm going to say pass on this. Next, we're looking at the 20 Jeep Gladiator. Not a bad casting in and of itself. I'll say out of all of them that I've seen, this is probably one of my least favorites. I don't know why. Something about the green paint, I guess. It's too sparkly or something. I don't know. I'm nitpicking, right? I do kind of like the wheel and color combination here, but overall, just as a standalone, there's so many of these. We've had them in main lines. We've had several of these in the premiums. And I really don't have a reason to keep it, even though it's a decent looking vehicle. So this brings me to a point. I'm going to pass on this. I'm passing on both of these. And I want to talk just a second about the value. These, if I'm selling these on eBay, they're really not worth anything. I have a hard time trading them out. So with something like this, I think, like I literally seen one of these sell on eBay for 99 cents and another one for $1. Well, before I do that, I'm taking these back to Walmart and, just getting a refund on them, really. So I don't know if I'm going to do that. Honestly, with these two, I might just cut these up and use them for parts for a wheel swap. And, maybe use the bodies for something else. I don't know. Not really sure, but just interesting that you have, premiums that you paid $6, $7 for that are literally, like I said, selling on eBay for less than $1. So, if they're selling it for $1, they're not even making $1 on it. Number 4, Ford Bronco R. I really like this one. I think this one actually came out in the ID series first, but a pretty good looking version of this truck. I am going to go ahead and say smash on this one. I'm going to keep it. Probably going to be the only one that I keep out of this set, really. Bring us to number 575 Dotson Sunny Truck B120. Really cool version of this truck. Let's just take a second to admire it. I like the color, the paint job, all the details here. JDM Legends. You have some sponsorship decals. Really cool little truck. I even like the wheels they did on it. For this style, it looks great. Just honestly not my style. I'm not a super huge mini truck fan. So I don't really have any reason to keep it around. It is a very nice casting though. So While we're looking at this, let me see if I can zoom in here. Can anybody tell me what this stuff is supposed to be in the bed? It almost looks clear here, even though it's not. I think it's just because of the way the paint faded, but it's like camping gear or something. I can't tell if it's like a mat and a coffee cup, or if it's like a briefcase and like where somebody's been working like a contractor. Interesting, and I don't think I have another one around here to reference it off of to see if I can tell. So if you know in the comments, let me know what's in the back of this truck. Either way, this one is going to be a pass. Moving on to the Toyota set. This is the first full set that I think I found like in my local store of any kind of premium or car culture. The first set that I collected. This Toyota Supra is a super popular casting. It definitely was when these came out. These were a hot item. And I was lucky enough to find quite a few of them. This is the last one I have. And while I like it, again, it's something that really I don't think fits in with my collection as it stands. Don't see myself doing anything with it. So while a lot of people are probably going to look at this and be like, huh? I am going to pass on this one. So hopefully this goes to a home where somebody's really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, card's a little bit bent on it. So, you know, maybe we'll knock a little bit of money off of it. Somebody can get this for a good price. Second one in this is the 87 Toyota pickup truck. Was really excited to see this. I had a truck pretty much identical to this when I was growing up, when I was learning to drive. Kept it for a while. The only difference was, of course, mine wasn't blue. It was gray. But just, you know, really cool to see something so close to a vehicle that I had. And my brother-in-law actually had one, too, that was blue. And so this looks a lot like the truck he had. I actually have one, maybe two of these open. So this particular one I'm going to pass just because I already have it. If I didn't, I would say smash. But this one in particular, we're going to pass. We're going to go ahead and get rid of it. Toyota 2000 GT. This is a casting that's kind of grown on me over the years. And I don't know why. It's not that I've really learned a whole lot about it. It's just, I guess I've seen enough different versions of it and kind of just come to appreciate different styles of cars. I like the styling of it. This one in particular, it doesn't really stick out to me too much. But, you know, it's an interesting choice of wheels here. Honestly, I'm not super crazy about that. But overall, it's not a bad casting. Not a bad example of the casting. But, again, don't really fit in with me, so I'm going to say pass. 81 Toyota Starlet. This kind of reminds me of, like, one of the old 70s model Civics. I can appreciate what they're doing here. Subcompact, super compact like this. Again, not really my style. Cool to look at. Just doesn't really fit into my collection, although I think they did a really good job with it here. And this has been a casting they've done several times, and it seems like they always do a really good job with it, different looks. So, but this one is going to be a pass for me. Toyota Land Cruiser FJ60, not to be confused with the Land Cruisers from the new off-road set, which we have shown recently. Interesting casting here. Kind of like it. It gives me like Jeep Wagoneer vibes almost, right? And I like this one. I wasn't really just super excited with it when I found it, but I thought it was a cool part of the set. Standalone, again, no reason for me to keep it. I'm going to do a pass on this one. All right, and I think that does it for full sets. From here on out, we're going to be looking at singles, stragglers, whatever you want to call them. Slide Street 20 Toyota GR Supra here. I used to have this whole set, and to be honest with you, I can't really remember why I sold it, but I did. I probably wouldn't buy it again, but I do think this is probably one of the best car culture sets that they've had, and I think that overall this one will hold up over time better than a lot of the other ones, just because JDM, for one thing, and I think the cars fit the theme really well. They were all really well done. Ended up with an extra one of this casting for some reason. They've done a couple of different versions of this. Not a whole lot with the wing, I think. The other ones have the, let's see, what do I have? I've got it somewhere. This right here. I think this one's been done maybe a little bit more. That doesn't really have the big wing on it. But either way, out of the ones I remember, this one's my favorite. Just very clean looking version here. Not too much going on, but still really nice livery. Really nice wheel selection on that too. I think overall it looks good. I am going to smash on this one. Not sure if I'm going to open it yet or not, because I do like this card art, but a definite smash. Modern Classics Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6. Really like this car. Love the color here. Would like to have one in red. You know, don't have that yet, but we'll be trying to get one. And I think that's a 6 anyway. That one may be a little bit newer, but either way, I like this, but I believe we just picked this up in the 2-pack with the Mitsubishi Eclipse. So while I would normally say smash, I'm going to pass on this particular one just because I don't need another one hanging around. Don't plan on opening it or doing anything with it. If I display one, it'll be in that 2-pack with the Eclipse. Canyon Warriors 87 Ford Sierra Cosworth. Love this version of this car. I'm a sucker for the Ford race cars and the rally cars, as y'all know. But this one's just, again, simple, clean. Love the livery that they've done here. And excellent wheel choice on here. Man, this thing just looks super slick. Great looking job with this casting. Really nice set here, too, as well. A couple cars I really, well, at least one I really didn't care a whole lot about. Sorry if you're a fan. But I was noticing, man, they've done this 944 Turbo a lot lately. I know last year was kind of the year of the Porsche, and it's kind of bleeding over into 2024, but they've just done that a lot. And if I haven't said yet, this is going to be a smash. Definitely going to keep that one. Race Day Porsche 935. I know a lot of people were just super stoked to get the chase in this, and I would like to have found it too. But I really like this version here. The camera actually doesn't pick up the color on this one very well. This is just like a dark, rich purple. And I think it looks really nice. Definitely has a race car vibe and feel to it that I think definitely embodies the race day set. One thing I was noticing that I'm going to point out here before I forget, the card art on these, each one of them I think featured at least one or two other cars from the set. So you can see here, I can't remember what that was. If that was Aston Martin, I believe. And this one back here was the Audi, the R8. So I guess I could look on the back of the card there. Yeah, Aston Martin and the R8. So I thought that was pretty neat. And you can see here we have the Capri, and it's got, you know, different cars here. The R8 there, and what was that? The Mercedes back here behind it. So I like how they did that. Sometimes the details they put into the card art, it just goes overlooked, and I like to point that out when I can find it, because somebody went to a lot of trouble for that, and I think it's neat. It's just sometimes you don't notice it. Either way, I really like this one, and I think this is a definite smash for me. Going to keep that. Ford Capri, not something I expected to see Hot Wheels do, but man, this car is fantastic. If you're not familiar with it, go look it up. This thing was a beast. Absolutely love this car. I think they did an awesome job with it. Kind of reminds you of like a silhouette racer, right? Kind of like the Liberty Walk style R34 that we had. And I know there's some other cars that we've had in that style too, but just kind of gives you that vibe. Shoot, that may even be where it comes from. I wasn't collecting when those came out, but excellent job here. Excellent job on the livery. If you can't tell, smash for me. All right, getting into some that we've seen recently from peg hunting trips. We have the Porsche 911 GT3. This is the chase from the Speed Machine set. Really love this. To be honest with you, a lot of times when I find the chases, I'm excited to find them just because of the rarity of it, but anymore, like a lot of times the castings, like I like the regular version better. On this one, I like them pretty equally. I think they're both really cool. Love this black with just kind of the gray. I think these wheels really pop here. Love the style of the wheel, the color against it. Definite smash for me. Going to keep that one. Also like the regular version here. Again, a totally different look, but this is just a great casting. This, I think, to me, is probably one of the best Porsche castings that we have. And, man, they just did a great job with it. Everything looks good. And, again, wheel design and color pops here. I can't say a whole lot else about it. I think they did a fantastic job. I'd give these both a 10 out of 10. Both of these are a smash in my book. Pagani's on to R. Couldn't pass this one up. I am just a huge Pagani fan. Probably a lot of that comes from, what game would that have been? I don't remember if it was Test Drive or maybe not something that old, but whatever video game that I first drove a Zonda in, I've been hooked ever since. You know, I think these cars are just wicked. Love it every time I get to see these on Top Gear. Fantastic car. Super happy to see this. This is a really nice looking version. Don't know that I care for these wheels on it so much, but, you know, it is what it is. That's just kind of the Speed Machines theme there. But really love this casting overall. Very nice looking. Kind of goes along. Oh, and I guess I should say smash. We're smashing that one. Ford GT from the Speed Machines set as well. Really great looking casting here too. Love the way they did the difference in the wheel size on the front and the back. I think these wheels look really good on this car too. Is it cheesy to do the same style wheel on all these cars? Maybe, but I think it fits. I think they did a really nice job with it. Overall, really good looking casting. Puts me in mind of the movie. You know, I hadn't watched it until recently, but Ford versus Ferrari. If you guys haven't watched that movie, it's fantastic. Absolutely love that film. Wish I'd watched it earlier. From the Spectacular set. Did we say this was a smash? It is. It's a smash. From the Spectacular. You know, I know I'm not saying this right. Spectacular. I'm just gonna keep calling it Spectacular. Guys, just bear with me. I'm having fun tonight. Spectacular set, Lamborghini Countach, 804. I mean, you know, I wasn't really interested in this casting. To be quite frank with you, I really wasn't interested in this set much at all. I did pick up the chase in it, and to be honest with you, I've already got rid of it because it was a good looking casting. I will say it was a good looking car in black, but not anything that I was just super interested in keeping. Wanted to kind of get rid of that to get some other stuff. But this one is just clean. I saw it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take that home. That in that white with the black rims looks good. Red interior, interesting. Kind of sticks out like a sore thumb here, but at the same time, it's pretty cool. So I think I'm honestly on the fence about this. I really like it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I think I'm going to say pass. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. I think I like it. I had it. I've looked at it for a little bit. I think I'm gonna move it on to somebody else that likes it more. If I can't get rid of it for some reason, I'm not gonna be upset about it being in the collection because it's a cool car. But just think it would fit in better for somebody else. Only a few left here, guys. We have Car Culture Off-Road. This is a recent one. Big Air Bel Air. This is the only one that I kept from this set. I did find the chase in this one. To be honest with you, the regular looking version, there was just something about it that kind of looked off to me. It was a little bit funny. But I really like this. I don't know why. The color on it looks good. Normally something like this I'm not crazy about, where they're doing the off-road for like a classic car. I was when I was growing up. You know, one of my favorite cars was the off-road Corvette. But I don't know. There's just something about this. It looks really good. So I am going to say that this is a smash for me. Definitely keeping that one. 85 Ford Bronco, excuse me. I actually got this one to do a custom with. The wife really likes Longmire, so I was going to try to make a custom, even though it's not the right year. And then somehow I just thought to do a search and found this one from Greenlight. So really nice casting here. If you're into that, or if you're into Broncos, be sure to give that a look. But I like the wheels and tires to be a little bit bigger on this one. Yeah, maybe, but a lot of detail here. Really nice looking version of this truck. And last on this, we have the Leno Tank Car. Talked about this a little bit recently. I almost didn't include it here, but it's the only premium that I have left in the car culture. We'll probably either... I don't know if I want to take... The thing about taking these back to the store is then they've got to resell them before I get more car culture in. So may just use these for wheel swaps, because this is another one that's just kind of hard to get rid of. So... something I was going to talk about, and I don't remember where it was at in here, but I guess talking about just the value of things. A lot of these car culture, I've had the sets, and I sold them, and that may be part of the reason I sold some of the sets that I don't have. I had, like, Mountain Drifters. This is a great set of cars, but I prefer to get them in these containers if I can, because, number one, I can open them, take them out, display them, and I have something to put them back in if I want to. They don't, they store better than cards, at least for me they do, because you're not having to try to stack them and put them in a tote. But overall, I just like the containers better. And to be honest with you, most of the time, these are cheaper when you buy them outright. And if you can find them at stores like Ross, you get them at a really good discount. This one I paid like probably 22 bucks for, so 5 cars for $22, and I've had this for a while. Like, it wasn't very long after the Mountain Drifter set came out that I bought this. And recently I found the Auto Straw set for like $13 at Ross. So I'm really hoping to find the Ronin Run set and the containers at Ross, just because, you know, that's how I roll anymore. But that's how I kind of prefer to get my car culture now. Obviously, if you've seen some of my previous videos, you saw that we got the Speed Machines basically out of a factory sealed set that they broke up from Walmart. So, you know, interesting ways to get some of these, but maybe kind of give you a little bit insight about why I'm smashing or passing on these and why this is the only car culture that I have left, because I've had a lot over the past few years, and this is literally everything that I have left out of it, and we're getting rid of some of that. So there you go. Don't think I said it. If you're still hanging around, we're going to say pass on the tank car. I already have one of these open. Actually, probably 2 of these open now anyway. Don't know why they keep coming out with it. I like the car, but it's just not a popular casting. So hopefully we don't see it again for a while. And if they want to do something out of the Jay Leno Garage, they choose something that's going to be a little more popular. If you're a fan of this Smash or Pass format, be sure to let me know in the comments. You're going to be in luck. We'll be doing 2 or 3 more of these videos with the premiums. Probably a lot coming up soon with the main lines as well. Be sure to check out these other videos here that we think you'll enjoy. Have a great day, everybody, and happy hunting, y'all.